Ha guys, let's get more news about Warriors, but first don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a like. Steph Curry is the best player in the NBA. Warriors fans react to epic win over Grizzlies. The Golden State Warriors notched their biggest win of the season on Tuesday night, going on the road to beat the Memphis Grizzlies 134-125. It was a playoff atmosphere and a playoff intensity with playoff implications. With a win, the Dubs moved into the 5th seed, while a loss would have sent them slipping into the play-in tournament seeds. It was also a dramatic and exciting game, so let's take a look at how Warriors fans reacted in lifetime using comments from the Golden State of Mind game thread. The Warriors played beautiful offense early behind 19 superstar points from Steph Curry. It was their highest scoring quarter of the year and they led 45-32 after the opening frame. Curry continued to drain threes in the second quarter and made it to halftime with 8 of them, well on pace to break Klay Thompson's record for most threes made in a game, 14, but behind John Morant and Jaren Jackson Jr. Memphis offense started to figure things out and they got right back into the game. The Warriors led 74-66 at halftime. The intensity was dialed up a notch in the third quarter. Memphis quickly erased the deficit and took a lead of their own, but the Warriors responded. Jimmy Butler 3 put the team on his back. Guy Santos grabbed offensive rebound after offensive rebound. Draymond Green played sensational defense. Curry did his thing and Kevin Looney even made a 3. The teams went back and forth and it was tied 103-103 going into the fourth. The teams exchanged blows throughout the final quarter and Memphis led by 4 points with about 4 minutes remaining, but then Curry, Butler, Green, Brandon Podziemski and Moses Moody all made huge plays as the Warriors controlled the final minutes, ending the game with a 134-125 win. When the dust had settled, the Warriors had not only won but climbed to the 5th seed. Curry had finished with only 12 threes en route to 52 points, his second 50-piece of the season, plus 10 rebounds, 8 assists and 5 steals. Butler had a hilariously efficient 27 points and Green had a triple-double. A good night at the office all around. Few players fear in confusion with as little time on the ball as possible, quite like Steph Curry does. A statement that's been fact for a decade. Curry makes use of the court like no other superstar that has preceded him, and safe to say like no superstar that will come after him, at least for the foreseeable future. 0 and on Curry in the midst of his shooting form, and he exudes common poise despite a platoon of defenders making panicked closeouts paired with all sorts of funky methods to shove him off kilter. Shove in this instance being used in the figurative and literal manner. If not for Jimmy Butler and Draymond Green, more on them later, it wouldn't be far-fetched to say that Curry did everything for the Golden State Warriors tonight, whether that was flying for the defensive rebound after boxing out Jalen Wells, maintaining his dribble and making use of Green's drag screen to shake Wells off of him and attack Zach Edey's drop coverage, or scoring, assisting and garnering steals and passing lanes. Curry put up a gargantuan stat line in the Warriors' crucial 134-125 win over the Memphis Grizzlies. 52 points, 10 rebounds and 8 assists on 16 of 31 shooting from the field, 12 of 20 on 3 and a 75.3% true shooting mark to go along with 6 stocks, steals plus blocks. Curry is a weapon in transition because of the threat of his unlimited range pull-up threes. Defenses throw out all sorts of coverages and desperation in order to get the ball out of his hands. In other words, no matter who Curry is surrounded with, whether it's Kevin Durant or Jacob Evans 3, the name of the game is quite simple: anyone but Steph Curry, which is why Curry on the ball, while valuable and potent, has often taken a back seat to Curry off the ball. He starts plenty of possessions without the rock in his hands, but also blended in possessions where he touches the ball to initiate. Sees defenses sell out on him and passes out of a potentially sticky situation only for him to start his movement after making a pass, during which, as the great Doris Burke often says, the real game begins. Perhaps the most amazing thing about Curry as he continues plying his trade at age 37 is how he maintains his deadliness off the ball, arguably even more deadly now than it was years ago when there was an abundance of spree craftiness and youth in Curry's legs that helped him become an equally deadly on-ball operator, whether as a pick-and-roll ball handler or in isolation. Steve Kerr jokes that Steph Curry's 52-point explosion came thanks to road trip activity. Stephen Curry made NBA history in more ways than one in the Golden State Warriors' 134-125 win over the Memphis Grizzlies on Tuesday night thanks to a ridiculous stat line: 52 points, 10 rebounds, 8 assists, 5 steals and 12 three-pointers made. He became the first player in NBA history to record at least 50 points, 10 three-pointers made and 5 steals in a single game. According to the NBA, he also surpassed Michael Jordan on the list of most games with at least 50 points on 50% shooting and 60% on three-pointers via the NBA. It was Curry's 8th time achieving the feat. Curry already holds the record for the most games with at least 10 three-pointers made, with 27 in his career. As for what could have motivated him in his explosive game, Warriors coach Steve Kerr alluded that Curry's week off while dealing with a pelvic contusion could have given him the rest he needed. Curry also competed in a few rounds of golf on the road trip, which Kay jokingly said helped too. "I can't believe he's still doing this at this age, but he's put the work in, he still got it," Kerr said after the win. "I think the week off helped, and I think 2 rounds of golf on this road trip helped. I'm only half joking, the week off was helpful for him. He looks recharged, rejuvenated. The guy is 37 years old," Kay said. At a different point in the PR's conference, just incredible. 52 points with people draped all over him all game long. The conditioning, the skill, the audacity, the belief, it's just incredible to watch Steph at work. This was Curry's 3rd game back from injury, but by far the biggest offensive and defensive game he's had all season. His performance helped the Warriors hold on to the 5th seed in the Western Conference over the Grizzlies. Golden State has 7 more regular season games left in the season to keep a playoff spot. Warriors provide massive Jonathan Kuminga update ahead of Grizzlies game. The Golden State Warriors continue their road trip off Tuesday night as they are set to face off against the Memphis Grizzlies in a crucial Western Conference showdown. Of course, Tuesday's matchup is a major one for both teams regarding playoff seating in the West, with the playoffs right around the corner. With a victory, the Warriors would move past the Grizzlies for 5th in the West standings, and they would also secure tiebreaker between the two teams. Unfortunately for Golden State, they will have to try and do so without their young forward Jonathan Kuminga, as he has been ruled out of Tuesday's contest. Kuminga has been ruled out due to a pelvic contusion that he suffered in Sunday's victory over the San Antonio Spurs after he took a hard fall during the game. Of course, this is the same injury that Stephen Curry suffered 2 weeks ago against the Toronto Raptors that sidelined him for 2 games. This is a massive blow for the Warriors, as they will now be without a key player off the bench once again, as Kuminga has missed a ton of time this season due to injuries. The 22-year-old forward has played just 41 games this season for Golden State, and he is averaging 16.0 points, 4.6 rebounds and 2.2 assists per game, while shooting 45.5% from the field and 31.9% from three-point range this season. With Kuminga now sidelined, Buddy Hield and Gus Santos should see an increased role off the bench on Tuesday against the Grizzlies. Kuminga is not the only player that Warriors will be without on Tuesday, as they have also ruled out Gary Pont once again due to a thumb injury that has sidelined him indefinitely. Golden State will now look to take down the Grizzlies in a crucial matchup on Tuesday, and they hope that Kuminga will be able to return on Thursday when they face the Los Angeles Lakers to end their road trip. And you fan, what do you think about Jonathan Kuminga's situation? Write to us in the comments.